Hello everyone. So, some of you may know what stage fright is. Some of you may have experienced it. Today you will get to see it. Okay, so my name is Sangeet, and some of you may recognize me. But let me clarify. It's not because I'm at GSB. It's because I have a very generic star face. That's why you recognize me. And I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. So with this face in India, wherever I go, people assume that I work there. Oh. It's very true. So in India, I was in Delhi in a bar, and the kind of introvert that I am, Otis knows that, right? Yeah. So I was in a bar, standing somewhere, not talking to anyone, just observing people. So a bunch of people entered, 3 dudes. What do you call here, like jocks, or what do you call it? Yeah. So 3 dudes came in, and they grabbed a table, and one of them waved at me, and he was like, "This is Delhi for like calling waiters." bro. Can you get some beer? Can you get some beer? And I was shocked for a bit. I was like, sorry, I don't work here. And he was like, yeah, okay, that's kind of weird, but now that I have told you, please drink some beer. And that guy was like 6 feet tall and Hulk, and like, you guys know Luca, right? Yeah. So he was like Luca. And if Luca tells you to bring beer, you bring beer. That's how I was there. And so I had to go. I went to an actual staff who was a staff of the bar. I went to him and I was like, hey, those guys over there need beers. And that guy got angry. He was like, so what? Just go and give it to them. He also assumed I worked there. So that was funny, I guess. So in stand-up comedy, you will come across different kinds of acts. Some will be good, some will be bad, and some will be ugly. So you are going to experience some of those tonight. And okay, so seriously though, I am doing it for the first time, and I would appreciate if you are generous with your laughs and your claps. Also, I'm testing a different kind of comedy today, which is, so this is an experiment. In this experiment, I'm trying to test for how long can a comedian or a so-called comedian go on, keep going on, even when the audience is not interested. We'll get to know the answer to that. Also, most of the jokes are stolen from good comedians. So if you don't like them, not my fault. Don't blame them. So, okay. Now you guys must be thinking, if you are not a comedian, if you don't have a story to tell, why are you here? For the wine. But also one more thing. Listen to this very carefully. This is very profound. Because I'm here because life is full of compromises. This is very profound. This is a very profound line. I will explain. Life is full of compromises. I know some of you are here because here, when I say here, I mean GSB. So some of you are in GSB because you could not get into HBS. Oh. I'm kidding guys, I'm kidding. But the truth is, I'm here, I'm at story night because I could not get selected in the top lottery. It's true. I've been trying for last, like, several times. I was not getting selected. That's why I'm here. So, I hope someone is recording it. You are recording it. And whenever I perform somewhere, I ask someone to film it. Because of 2 reasons. One, because of my father. So, my father is an artist. He's a performer. He's a singer. And so, whenever I go on stage, I perform something. I make a film of it and I send it back to him. Because one, it makes him happy. And it saves me from DNA test. I'm serious. My father has serious doubts that I'm not his son because he's a singer, a good one at that, and I'm not. So whenever I do this, I make sure that we film it. And the second reason he does not believe that I'm his son is also because I'm way smarter than him. So whenever I send these clips, it makes me establish connections and bonds with my father. So, and the second reason why I want someone to film this is because these will act as references and feedback for my future performances. And at GSB, all of us know that feedback is a gift. You guys are completing my lines. I can feel the connection over there. Okay, so let's go to the first part of my act. This was the introduction, by the way. Let's go to the first part of my act. My first part is about my journey from India to GSB. And let's start. So, I had never traveled internationally. So, this was my first international trip. And I had no foreigner friends. I didn't know what the culture is like. I'd seen a few movies and TV series, but I didn't know anyone actually from US. And also I'm a hardcore Bollywood fan, like a Bollywood music fan. So I listened to English songs, but I didn't know any one of them. Like I cannot sing the English song. So when my friends got to know that I'm coming to GSB, they were like, bro, you need to listen to English songs. How will you get there and how will you fit in the culture? Like you have to hum the songs. By the way, we went to karaoke and I didn't know any of the songs. So that's the reason. So they were like, they sent me a bunch of links on like YouTube videos that these are the songs that you must listen to. And I tried hard and no, I didn't like it. I couldn't do it. So I'm a hardcore Bollywood fan, so I couldn't do it. I didn't listen to any of the songs. So when I came here, there was one guy who asked me, bro, what's your favorite song? And I was like, I should have listened to my friends. So I was like, I have a favorite song, but it's a Hindi Bollywood song. You must not have heard of it. Then I somehow shifted the conversation and I was like, what's your favorite song? Like, what do you like to listen? And he was like, I listen to rock. I was like, what is rock? He was like, rock is a form of music. And before that, I didn't know that rock is a form of music. I always thought that rock is an adjective which you use when you run out of adjectives. Like good, better, best, rocking. That's what the conception was. Rocking, if it is better than the best, it's rocking. That's what I knew. So it was weird. And also when I was coming from India to this place, my parents and also me, we thought that US is a very cold country and we were very worried that how will I survive here. So I packed a lot of jackets and sweaters in my luggage. And also when I was sitting in the flight, I had a vest, I had a t-shirt, then I had a shirt, then I had a sweater, then I had a jacket, then a heavier jacket, and I'm not kidding. So I was like this, and then as soon as I came out of the airport, there was sun. I thought my whole life has been a lie. There is sun and it's hot. Why am I putting all this stuff on? And it was very weird. But then, like 4 months after that, for my recruiting interview, I went to Chicago during polar vortex. So now my views are balanced. I know it. US is a cold country. I know it's a cold country. Also, so when I was coming here, I was also worried about one more thing, that I won't find many Indians over here. And it will just be Americans and internationals, and how will I survive? And boy, I was so wrong. I was so wrong. So as soon as I came out of the airport, I booked an Uber pool. Why? Because Uber pool is
cheap.
And I am
cheap.
I am cheap. And the equation balances. Right? The equation balances. So I booked an Uber pool. There were 2 other passengers inside it already. And both of them were Indians. The driver also was Indian. So my trip from SFO to GSB was very homely. I didn't feel that I had come out of India. It was so homely. One other thing. So while coming from India to here, I booked a flight in the Japanese Airlines. Why? Because Japanese Airlines is cheap and I am Indian. The equation balances. Yes. So you got it. So that's why I booked the Japanese Airlines. And I didn't know, because this was my first international flight, right? So I didn't know that in international flights you get drinks for free. I didn't know that. And so the air hostess was walking by and she came to me and said, "What would you like to have? What would you like to drink?" And I thought it would be costly and I don't want to spend that much. I was like, no, I'm good. I don't want anything. And then I don't know how she figured it out. Because of the star face. She was like, so this is free. It's complimentary. I don't know how she knew that I don't want to spend. So she figured it out. And she was this is for free, this is complimentary. And in nanoseconds, in quantum seconds, my hands were like this. 2 glasses of wine, please. That's what I did. So the part 1 is over. If you want to clap, you can. Woo! Okay, so that brings us to the second part. The second part is where I will be making some racist jokes. I see some of you are getting
whole section.
But see, like, let's consider this. If jokes are stimulus, then it can have only 2 responses. One, either you will laugh or you will not. Just don't get offended. That's not what jokes are for. Either you laugh if you find it good, if you don't laugh if you don't find it good. Just don't get offended. Cool, we are on the same page? Let's start. Okay, so my first racist joke is going to start with our president. Trump.
Alright.
So cliche, right? But there's a twist. I'm not going to make fun of him. I'm going to defend him.
Ooh.
Yes. So 3-4 months back, there was a press conference in which Trump was being asked a lot of questions by people of different nationalities. They had different accents. So there was this Chinese lady asking her question. There was a guy from Turkey asking him a question. And Trump couldn't understand it. And he said, I don't get the question. I don't understand. He couldn't understand the accent. And he was made fun of. Trump was made fun of in all the late night shows. Stephen Colbert, like John Oliver, Trevor Noah, everyone was making fun of him. Every single one of us was making fun of him. But I could empathize with him. Because when I came here, I didn't understand a word of what you guys were saying. Seriously. I seriously couldn't understand. So I seriously thought I am the only one who can empathize with Trump. I'm sure that when you go back to your rooms tonight, you will also be empathizing with him, because I'm sure that 90% of what I'm saying here, you are not understanding. Okay, so that's how I defend Trump. And then let's go to my second racist joke. Since you are new, like, racist is a thing. Let's go to the second joke. So I have this friend over here in GSB. His name is Rob Runker. Some of you may know him. So once I was in the class, I asked him, Rob, what is the value of 13 plus 5? What do you get when you add 13 to 5? Yeah, I know it's weird. Like, that's how I make friends. I ask maths questions and I asked that, and but seriously, in India, my standards were much higher than this. Like, in India, if you cannot differentiate x squared, bro, we cannot be friends. Like, definitely not at all. Like, if you cannot differentiate x squared, but here I have adjusted, I have accumulated, and so I've shifted from calculus to arithmetic. 13 plus 5. So I asked Rob, what is the value if we add 13 to 5? Rob, in his American accent, I cannot copy it, but yeah, he was like, bro, I didn't bring my calculator today, so sorry, can't help you. I was like, yeah, Americans are dumb. They can do maths. That was my reaction, but at the same time, I also felt very powerful. I was amazed. I can do something, they cannot. So I felt very powerful. And this is not just about the students like Rob, this is also about the professors. So I'm in a finance class, and so this professor wrote down a maths equation. He skipped all the mathematical calculation steps and wrote just the final answer, because he had that in his notes. He wrote the final answer, he skipped the mathematical steps. So one of the students very genuinely asked him, Professor, can you do maths? Like, I don't know, can you? And then he was like, can you? Who can do the maths? I will give you 10 points in class participation. If you do that. I again felt very powerful. I was like, yeah, I can. Yeah. I raised my hand, I went to the board, and I did the maths. It was like geometric progression, some difficult stuff. So I did that. I did that on the board, and then I turned back, and I looked at the professor. He was so confused. I'm sure this entire calculation was like a tangent to him. Just like this tangent joke is tangent to some of you. Okay. So, okay, so yeah, but it would be unfair to Americans if I don't talk what they are good at. So Americans are good at a lot of things. One of them being they are good talkers. They can talk. They can talk about anything and everything. So I went to New Zealand GST. Anyone from New Zealand GST over here? Okay, so I'm going to talk about these two guys, right? I didn't expect them they would be coming, but yeah. So in New Zealand GST, in our Airbnb, these two guys talked for 2 hours continuously about the carpet. These guys fucking talk about the carpet. I couldn't believe it. Like the texture, the design, the manufacturing, the market, and so on. Like they kept on talking about the carpet. And I felt so powerless then. Like I talked to my parents. Like if I sum the entire amount of time that I have talked to them when I have come here, it is less than 2 hours. And these guys can talk about a fucking carpet for 2 hours continuously and not get bored. So Americans are good talkers, and it shows. So here you see that Americans say hi to strangers, they smile at strangers, which is very weird in India. If you do that, it's very weird. You don't talk to strangers. So when I came here, obviously everyone was stranger to me. So whenever I was walking, someone used to smile at me or like say hi or hello or something. I was very confused and I was surprised. I thought that they know me, maybe because of my dark face. So I thought that they know me, but I was wrong. I figured out that it was a norm over here that you have to like smile at the strangers or something like that. So there's this other friend of mine. His name is Bobby Schneider. You must have heard of him. So once Bobby and I were walking past. So Bobby came and he asked me, "Hey Sangeet, how are you doing? What's up with you?" Something like that. "How are you doing? What's up with you?" Something like that he asked me. And then I started, yeah, it's very new, like everything is new, I'm trying to adjust, and yeah, the classes are good, I like the classes, I like the professors, I'm meeting new people, I'm very excited. And while I'm doing this, I suddenly realized that Bobby is not there. So Bobby came, "Hey Sangeet, what's up? What's up with you?" And left. He gave me a chance to answer the question. "Hey Sangeet, how are you doing?" And left. That was so confusing. And also, you must be wondering that why Rob and Bobby are not here, if they are my good friends, because I specifically told them not to come so that I can do their show. That was my time, guys. Thank you.